Guru on 95.7 The Game.
All righty, it's that time. 10-2. Time for the changeover. Welcome in Mark Willard, Dan Dibley. They'll be taking you from 2 to 6. Gents, what's going on?
What's going on, Steiny? What's good?
What are you doing?
Well, I'll tell you. Here's how people got on us because they said we weren't positive enough about the Warriors. But the question is, do you believe?
Wow.
Do you feel better?
So,
they got
Steiny,
5 games in a row.
Now do you believe?
You gotta read the room, Steiny. You have to know. You have to know what day of the week it is. Today is positive day for the Golden State Warriors. You have to understand how this cadence works.
All right.
You win a game, they're going to win the championship, and Guru's going to come in here and tell you he's feeling good about his bet.
Yeah.
And then the Warriors lose a game, and then the sky is falling, and Jordan Poole needs to be traded, and where the hell is Wiggins? And this whole thing was mismanaged, and Steve Kerr can't coach.
It just gets old,
and
Mark.
then they're going to win a game, and then we're going to be championship again. So, listen, no context. I don't want to hear about Giannis and KD. The Warriors have just defeated the Bucks and the Suns. They're elite. They are going to be championship. Book it.
Yeah, book. Go ahead and get the confetti ready for the parade down Market Street until their next game, which I believe is, and I have to Google it, a road game.
Mañana.
And they're going to lose because they lose on the road, and then it'll be back to Chicken Little Radio. The sky is falling. Everyone must go. Bob Myers' contract. Steve Kerr in a walk here. Draymond Green, what's he going to do? And all the rest of it. But just for today, can we take a moment and wish the chef a happy birthday?
I already did.
35, man. 35.
I'll send him a personal
35.
tweet. Yeah.
Did you get a response?
No.
Okay, not yet. Nothing. Doesn't look a day over 32,
That's
right?
incredible.
No, it is wild. It's wild that the day before a guy turned 35 in professional sports, he was making fun of his counterpart on the court, essentially for being old. That's great. Like, it ain't 2014 anymore. I'm like, the day before you're 35, someone should be saying that to you, Steph.
Man.
But they can't because it's still at the height of his powers.
It truly is. And I told Steiny and the listeners, I will not do what I did with Kobe. Because I asked earlier, how old was Kobe when he tore his Achilles against the Warriors? I just took his career for granted. Don't do this with Steph. And I told you guys this when we did the changeover. That we are blessed, man. This dude has revolutionized.
And how old was he when he tore his Achilles?
I want to say 35.
Okay.
Yeah. Against 34. Excuse me, 34.
I can't believe you just did that.
What?
You know.
No,
You shouldn't
don't
have
do
even
that.
brought it.
Don't
You
do
shouldn't
that.
have even brought it up.
No, but you pointing it out makes it worse.
Why? You know.
You pointed because no, let it go.
But why did he even invoke?
Let it go.
Shouldn't have been
Let it go.
invoked.
It was an
So
invocation
now Curry
sensation
gets
is
hurt
what it
this on
was.
me. Is that what we're saying?
That's what he's saying.
I know. I've been hearing him for 3 hours.
Yeah, I can't have 4 hours. Damn near 4,
Stop
yeah.
counting.
Well, let's put the rat on the table. Can we switch the subject?
First rat? Or this can't be the first
The
rat.
third
You gotta-
one.
Okay.
Willard, I think I know where you stand. Dibs, I want to hear from you. Kyle Shanahan shocked the world when he went up to get Trey Lance. And this is on the piggyback of Sam Darnold. I like the move, but he wasn't brought here to be the one. But if Brock Purdy is delayed, aren't the politics behind the pick of Trey Lance, aren't we supposed to find out what he is? And I believe the organization, they'll never say this, Willard, behind closed doors, they would love for their pick that they moved up in the draft to get to do what Brock Purdy did. They wouldn't want Mr. Irrelevant to be in front of the guy that I told the world I went and scouted who's supposed to be the next. With that said, the point was, I don't think we're done finding out if Trey can get it done. There's no way, Dibs. You tell me they're okay with Mr. Irrelevant being the man.
Oh, yes, they are.
They want to win games.
Oh, yes, they are.
No, they're
Yes.
okay.
You would prefer.
No,
if he goes 7-1 as a starter, they're more than okay with it.
They want to win the Super Bowl.
They want to win games.
They want to win
exactly.
the Super Bowl. I don't think they
And
give.
we messed up over here with Trey Lance.
I mean,
No,
we got
they would
this.
love for it to
That's
be
what's
Trey
up.
Lance. They would love Trey Lance to have come in and gone
no
7-1,
doubt.
but he didn't. Trey Lance didn't look like Brock Purdy, and then he got hurt. So you found a guy who actually went out and won games. That's
He
all they
did.
care about.
Yeah, this is a classic one of those situations. We've all reached them in life where you're like, we don't have time to figure out your politics
Yeah.
or figure. It's very, and I know we've comped them 100 times because there's a lot of intrigue and I think a lot of similarities. Trey Lance and James Wiseman. The Warriors looked at James. Look, James is putting up some interesting numbers right now. But the deal was, we don't have time. We don't have time to sit around and wait for you to figure it out. And the 49ers are very much in that slot. We don't have time to worry about who wins the Super Bowl.
I don't disagree.
You gotta
and
go
I know you're
win
about
the
to go,
Super Bowl.
Steiny. My question mark is, the only reason we saw Purdy, guys, is because Trey, right or wrong, got hurt. If Brock is delayed, I'm just asking you, because I'm not telling you I know, but I feel like he still got to, just saying there's a chance to get this thing.
The answer is they want whoever's playing to play well. So, of course, they want Trey Lance to play well. But if you're asking me if they really give a rip who wins the Super Bowl for them, I think the answer is no. Like, it's like, is there this desire because it has to be Trey because that makes us right? Like, when Trey comes in, if that were to happen at the beginning of the year, I think they want to go 1-0. I don't think they're worried about the overarching politics of it. If Brock Purdy gets it done, everybody laughs off the mistake. Everybody laughs it off. Well, they laugh it off.
And let's just say that Brock Purdy has a setback, and for whatever reason, he can't play it all.
We hope he doesn't. Right.
Exactly. Let's say he can't play it all this year. Would they rather go 9-8 with Trey Lance, knowing that we traded up to get him, or would they rather go 12-5 with Sam Darnold, who they went out and got? It's an easy answer. They'd rather go 12-5 with Sam Darnold than 9-8 with Trey Lance.
Let me ask you guys this, because I'm thinking back a year ago, let's say closer to training camp. So the 49ers went in with Trey Lance was going to start, and there was excitement. We didn't know. So they've gone from Trey Lance, Garoppolo, Purdy, to Purdy, who now we've seen 8 games. Trey Lance, we still don't know. And Darnold. Like, my only thing is Jimmy Garoppolo was 37-18 when he quarterbacked over the last 5 or 6 years. So if Purdy and or Lance are not going to be the quarterback, like, who wins those games if it's not Jimmy Garoppolo? That's my question, because I just feel like they went from, wow, great safety net, Jimmy Garoppolo, to, hey, you know what? We don't have a quarterback that's combined to play a whole season yet.
Right. But again,
like, do you think Darnold, I'm asking a million different questions. Is Darnold better than Garoppolo? If he had a quarterback 10, 12 games?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't either.
But I think they think that they can win games with Sam Darnold.
And now here with this, though, Willard, this is going to be the best version of Sam.
I mean, like 2 years ago, when this whole thing was kind of, in a certain spot in its evolution, I heard people talking about Sam Darnold as a potential answer for the 49ers. This was before he went to Carolina and showed himself to maybe only be a backup. But remember at that time, it was like, it's kind of like a Stafford Lions thing. It was like, why hasn't it worked? Is it Sam or is it the Jets? And most people were like, oh, it's the Jets. Like, if you got Sam to Kyle Shanahan, I bet that would work. And then he goes to Carolina and we went, oh, actually, and then now, but that wasn't really a great situation either.
No.
So I'm not saying Sam's a starter, but I think the 49ers went into this offseason and said, look, we are rubbed raw by what happened in Philadelphia, and so we are going to bolster ourselves so we never feel that again.
No doubt.
And so we're not going to go get Tom Brady, but like they're going to get as many quarterbacks who they think they can win games with as possible, and I think that they think that they have 3 now.
And think about what Sam Darnold was from Matt Rule to when he got Steve Wilkes.
Yep.
He got better. And so from one year to the next, he got better. And you think about Kyle Shanahan as the head coach, what can he make of Sam Darnold? Remember, out of USC, he was a first-round pick. He was a high first-round pick. Yeah, we all thought that he would be the best of those quarterbacks in the first round. So, and he's still a young man. He's only 26.
Yeah. You're still the biggest compliment I could give Kyle Shanahan is this. Had Brock Purdy, and I think the coaching staff, I'll just use Dallas and a bunch of other teams, stink. Had Brock Purdy had the quarterback 8 games there, I believe what's around them and the team not being smart and knowing who they are, he would have went 2-6. But here, he almost ran the table because of what he brings, but also the greatness around him.
You might be right.
If that means anything,
so you might be right.
Shade.
Well, no, there's some data to what you're saying, which is that Jimmy Garoppolo only got $22 million. And that, to me, is the league saying, Jimmy, you are a production of Kyle Shanahan because Geno Smith got 35 and Daniel Jones got 40. So if those guys are getting almost like a third more or 50% more, or hell, Daniel Jones almost twice as much as Jimmy Garoppolo, they're saying we believe that you're not as good somewhere else as you were in San Francisco. But wouldn't Kyle's response be, who cares? I do have that, so I don't care if he would go 2-6 somewhere else. He'll go 8-0 here, and that works. And we do have some people who don't go 8-0 here. Nick Mullins, C.J. Beathard, ... So if you find somebody, and we don't know about Trey, so I don't think they care. This is all faceless to them. They're the coaches.
Get the dub, you're saying, and deal with it.
You found someone. Right. I know it was only 8 games, but that worked. So why would you go away from that until it's proven that it doesn't? There's only one thing in the quarterback room. There's 3 young guys. There's only one thing that has had any sort of moment that was proven to be good, and that's Brock. That's right.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco. Always live on Twitch, YouTube, and the free Odyssey app. There you go.
Nice job, Steiny.
Thank you.
Good job.
Seamless.
You're noticing when it was 2:00. That was great awareness.
Yeah.
That was like not Jordan Poole level awareness. It was like above that.
Not a good day to rip Jordan Poole.
No, I'm not ripping.
Other than his 3 or 4, and we talk about Jimmy Ono throws. Jordan Poole's got 2 or 3. Like, why, dude? There's the one-handed bounce pass through 4 people. There was at least 3 last night that I was watching.
It felt like 6.
Oh my God! It's like, dude, what are you doing?
And I love JP, but
I think it's akin to the Jimmy Ono throw where Jordan Poole had like 3 or 4 of them. But then again, you watch Jordan Poole and it's like, okay, he had the wetter going, as Kalena would say. Steiny loves the wetter. And, you look at the end of the day and it's like, all right, Jordan Poole. Yet, at the same time, he's not in your finishing lineup still. So Jordan Poole is like, has you feeling 3 or 4 different kind of ways every single game.
And I don't know if either one of us can answer, and we've been going at it, why the Warriors are so bad on the road. And I went Mike Tyson in the movie Hangover. It's got to be some of that. But at the end of the day, if there's no Wiggins, I feel like they're playing possum with what Klay Thompson did last night and where he's at just shooting the ball. You enter the gym in series with the 2 best shooters, no matter who you play. That we know. That is back. And that's what it's got to look like if they're going to, like Dibs. I said they could go 4-1 on this trip. It's not about talent. It's about you got to get tired of getting embarrassed.
I heard this conversation between the two of you earlier, and it was just the most Steiny and Goo thing I've ever heard in my life.
Because there is a Steiny.
I get both of it. You're like, they should go 4-1, and I'm like, they should.
What?
And then Steiny's like, but why the hell would you think that? And I'm like, yeah, why would you think that?
Right.
Like, I want you guys to do your show from the airport tomorrow. And I want you to figure out what the hell's going on that plane.
Right. Oh, okay, gotcha.
And why their team won't get on it. Why their talent won't get on the plane.
Don't tell me it's age.
It is wild.
Why not?
It is so mysterious.
Because they just won in June.
That's right. And it took a lot out of them mentally.
Okay, so they're playing possum, and then when the game won at the offs
it's
on
not
the road.
that conscious.
Nah, they're not
I'm
playing
asking.
possum.
Okay.
I think that, well, for one thing, role players don't play as well on the road. We know that. And this team has a bunch of role players. And you can take Steph, Clay, and Draymond out of it, and Wiggins isn't playing. Iguodala missed me with that. The guy barely plays.
He had a good game.
One down last night. Behind the head.
By the way,
like,
and
man,
the and one.
That was
I don't want to hear Warrior fans talking a word about any of the officiating.
He was worried about his falling.
The Steph Curry and one, by the way, when he said this is not 2014, that was not a foul. The Iguodala and one, that was not a foul. The Warriors got a very generous whistle last night. So all of you like anti-ref stands.
You would think
just
you refs
remember
on
last
Saturday.
night. Just remember. Last night was one of those games. It's like, oh, and they got that call, and they got that call. The Warriors got a pretty generous whistle last night.
You talk about a fight you're never going to win. I don't know why you don't just give it up.
I don't need to try to win it. I'm on the right side.
You can be right all you want. If you want to go out into America with a picket sign that says "Be nice to refs," you're going to stay there by yourself
a picket sign
for the rest of your life.
I got a microphone, Mark, and I got stripes. And
the zebra.
as a man who's done what they do, albeit at a different level. I understand the gig far greater than you ever will.
We do. And we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he has.
You
He's
will
repped
never-
7-year-olds.
you will never have
so
any
he
idea.
clearly knows what goes on in the NBA.
You will never have any idea, and so me knowing that you have no clue always makes me feel good about that.
There were all
But
those living room conversations
role
with my
players
cousin
don't
who
play
was
well on the
actually,
road, you
who
know?
was actually
So-
an NBA rep.
With
but
that
that's
said-
okay.
conversations are great.
I'm not giving
You
you
and I have one every
Dibs
single
because you're
day.
not the only one saying it. So with that said, that's who you're blaming the Warriors 7-26
No, it's a
road
piece
record
of it.
on.
You know who I blame? I blame Steph, Clay, and Draymond.
So do I. And Kerr.
They're the veterans.
And if you're going to use the word Willard disconnect, somebody needs to connect it.
right. And
Yeah, but you can't just say it. You know what I mean? Like, you got kids. Hey, just wake up earlier.
right.
Just be on time.
But I'm in that room saying, get up.
Just eat your vegetables.
Right.
What's the problem? No, just eat them. Why does it have to be a discussion? Just eat them. So Steph, Clay, and Dre, just get along with Jordan.
Man.
Just get along with them. Now, us
I really
fans,
think they do,
us
man.
fans can sit here.
They do
it's not
what?
that they don't get along, but
Okay.
they don't. It doesn't blend the way they want it to. And we're sitting here. You just said 2 minutes ago, Jordan drives you nuts every night. Why can't he drive them nuts?
Yeah.
They're actually there for it. They're actually affected by it. I don't blame them for that. If he drives you nuts, why can't he drive them nuts too?
It's been 6 weeks since they won a road game.
8 in a row.
6 weeks.
It's
January
wild.
30th.
Okay,
I
like,
mean,
what do y'all think is actually going to happen tomorrow night?
Willard, I'm not
They
being
lose.
a fanboy.
They
They're-
lose.
By
What else do you
40.
call it?
They're going to win. They're tired of this, guys.
Yeah, and you know that.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel that they're tired
But
of
that's
it.
all it need. That's all they need. They just need to be tired of it,
Well,
and then they snap their fingers. And
I
they're
didn't see you guys Friday. I thought they didn't have Draymond's back, and then Steiny hit me over the head with a brick. He was like, well, the game before he quit on the play. But they didn't have what I felt like his back after it was personal with Dylan Brooks, and they got embarrassed. So that everything went out the door, and then I'm hearing them talk now, and I'm like, you just embarrassed the Clippers a week ago here.
That's interesting.
Here.
Why did they not have his back? What did they not do?
They didn't guard. Klay Thompson let a ball just somebody come and get it. Like
Dylan
that to
Brooks,
me is
yeah.
like, have your boys back. Like Klay, did you guys notice every time he was on the bench and Booker scored, he was just don't let that dude score.
Oh,
I was watching.
No, he's
Klay,
all-
he
he's
was like,
all
come
turned
on,
up. He's-
Anybody but him.
He's all turned
It's
up about
personal,
this.
dude.
Yes, yeah.
How do you get 33 in the first half and wind up with 38? I mean,
That
it
is
felt
so-
like he should have been on pace. He should have had like a
Your
70.
You sound
tweet
like his
looked
dad.
like it was
Dude,
going
his
70.
his dad used to do that all the time.
My
Like if I had texted him,
hell,
it'd be
Clay?
like 38, and he'll be like, "That's ridiculous. How do you not get 50 if you had 33 in the first half?"
Right.
Like that's
Is that on your teammates or did they lock in on him?
no?
Like,
I mean he and
I
he,
saw your tweet. Like,
he
could this
chilled
be
out.
70?
Yeah.
he cooled
chilled out.
off. He cooled off. He did. He used to, I mean, he missed 2
Right.
free throws. I mean, he
I actually
cooled
like.
off.
I actually like that he.
Chilled out.
Yes. Yes. You
He,
know.
didn't, he certainly didn't force the action.
Exactly. You know, sometimes you
Yeah.
get 33 and a half, and then you get 7 in the
That was
second.
incredible,
It's not-
though.
You know, and I'll tell you what. I mean, the way he is shooting it is unbelievable
ball
right
leaves
now.
his hand in
I
a
almost don't
millisecond.
remember him like this 5 years ago. Like it's just, I guess he was, but it almost seems like his release is quicker.
And it's going in.
Yeah.
When he shoots
I mean,
it.
incredible, man.
And his ability to square up off of any different angle, when he jumps and he squares, it feels like right now it's going in.
Man.
No doubt.
Which is ridiculous.
By the way, and this is actually where I think Dibs and I here we're going to get into this with some of our fans. I sort of, and look, we're in Sports Talk Radio on the home of the Warriors, so I'm not going to not give Warrior takes. But the Golden State Warriors are the best team in the history of sports at making takes sound stupid.
Okay, go ahead.
That's all it is. That's Klay Thompson. Well, look, we know at minimum he'll never look like he did before. How about now?
No, man.
Well, we know
Clay should come off the bench.
The dynasty,
Right, that
like
was
they
out there.
can still be good, but they're not going to win another champion.
Check.
How about now? Or even the stupid stuff day to day. Well, okay. Now they're definitely done. The dynasty is up. The era. We did it last year. We did it this year. We do it every Tuesday. We do it every Friday. Every take that someone has based on what we
Keep
watched the
preaching.
night before gets blown to smithereens, and we show up the next day to do it again. It's hysterical. So I'm sort of ready to jump off this ride. And I don't mean leave the Warriors.
Because it's really getting ready to start.
I sort of mean like I'm reaching this spot. Kick your feet up.
Exactly.
And watch this.
All right.
It's kind of like shot acceptance, right? Like, Steiny, you love to golf. And this is a story I've mentioned a couple of times that was told to me. Our buddy Aaron Oberholzer, who used to play on the tour, he didn't make it from what was then the Nike Tour to the PGA Tour until he said the last straw for me was shot acceptance, which is when you screw up, you got to accept that. And instead of letting that ruin
I'm still working on it.
Take
so
exception.
the Golden State Warriors, I have reached a point of shot acceptance. They are going to look so bad so many nights of the week, and I'm not going to take that to me. Well, the Draymond should opt out, and Bob Myers should leave.
You're right.
Like, this is kind of fun in a way. Like, they're locked in a playoff race. The regular season
See if they can
matters.
make a run.
I mean,
4 out of 7.
That's the way I'm looking at it.
If they stay out the play-in, which I think they will.
Yeah, they're not going 4-1 on the road, though, Goo. Come on.
If they do, though, the G is for Goose.
Stein is leaving, so I think you should stop talking.
We got to get.
Stein is
You
leaving.
said 210. I didn't know if it was a hard out or not. Dibs
Yes,
and
you
Willard
did.
next on 95.7 The Game.